Although it is too soon to say, but seems like a possible revolution might start soon in China. And I'm starting to have a little hope that the Chinese regime might collapse soon. As I mentioned before, it only seems right if the Chinese people become the ones to take down the Chinese regime. As China is their home, it is up to them to do what's right for the future of their country. This is their responsibility. John F. Kennedy once said, "Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country." Because there is no democracy or freedom of speech in China, it is very rare to see any protests or demonstrations against the government, but it is happening. The Chinese people have finally risen up against the Chinese regime. They are calling for the end of dictatorship. They are calling for the end of Xi Jinping's rule. And they are demanding democracy. Chinese people are truly singing the Chinese national anthem. They realize they have been slaves of the Chinese regime their whole lives. That's why 起来，不愿做奴隶的人们。
让我们血肉筑成我们新的长城。中华民族到了最危险的时候。
中华民族终于到了最危险的时候。What is their greatest danger now? The Chinese regime. They will definitely retaliate, but I pray that they will continue to 前进 and 冒着敌人的炮火 fight against the Chinese regime. The price of freedom will always be high, but I pray the Chinese people will be willing to pay for it. Chinese citizens have been really sick and tired of the zero COVID policy. One person catches COVID and the whole city has to go on lockdown. After doing this for the past 3 years, the Chinese people have finally had enough of it. They could not take it any longer. To think about it, the Chinese regime did this to themselves. They made their own citizens turn against them. Or actually, they gave their own citizens the courage to go against them. This is karma. 3 years ago, the Chinese regime silenced the doctor who discovered COVID, which led to the outbreak in Wuhan. Even then, they refused to take responsibility. They silenced all the local journalists who went to Wuhan to try to uncover the outbreak. Later on, they were pointing fingers at other countries, saying it was the US. The US sent the US Army to Wuhan and planted it there. This is karma for the Chinese regime. Due to the fact that Chinese citizens are out there demanding democracy and calling for the end of Xi's rule, a possible rebellion might happen. And if it does, I am praying for the end of the Chinese regime. In the 20th century, the Qing dynasty was overthrown by the nationalists, which led to China becoming the Republic of China, present-day Taiwan. Unfortunately, in 1949, they were overthrown by the communists, which established the People's Republic of China, the current government of China. But now, during this century, will the People's Republic of China be overthrown? The Chinese people have finally stood up against the Chinese regime. 你们继续加油，真的不要再做奴隶的人们。你们一定要冒着共产党的炮火继续前进。我会为你们祷告，加油 to freedom.
Given the widespread display of anger and frustration at the zero COVID policy in recent days across China,
近期中国国内
is
出现了
China
对
thinking about
清
ending
零
it,
政
and
策
if
的
so, when?
不满
Thank you.
你对此有何回应？
请你重复一下你的问题。
Could you repeat the question, please?
Given the widespread
近
display
期中
of
国国内
frustration with the zero
表现
COVID
出了
policy,
对
is
清零
China
政策的不满
considering，
中方是
ending
否考虑
it soon, and if so,
在
when?
很快的时期内结束这个政策？如果是的话，什么时候会结束？
你谈到的有关情况与事实不符，中方一贯根据动态清零的总方针，根据现实的情况，一直在进行有关的调整。
Alright, I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate comments. Come at me. Gotta make those 50 cents, right?